The purpose of this narrative is to illuminate the process through which your imagination can be employed to manifest each of your desires into reality. Many are unaware of the powerful creative capability that resides within the imagination, leading them to succumb to the constraints of the physical world, accepting life as it unfolds without question. However, once this creative force is recognized and harnessed, you will confidently command the power of the imagination, bending reality to its will. It is often overlooked that the divinity within, frequently referred to as God, is actually the imagination itself. This is the source of human creativity. Everything is malleable, akin to clay in the hands of a potter, shaped by the unyielding force of the imagination. I recall a man who once remarked to me, "Neville, your discussions on imagination intrigue me, yet I find myself clutching the chair or stepping firmly on the carpet to remain grounded in reality." Now, allow me to share the experience of a young woman who needed no tangible proof to believe. On Christmas Eve, a 17-year-old girl, mourning her father's untimely death, was making her way home from her waitressing job in the rain, her tears mingling with the downpour while others celebrated around her. Clutching the bus rail, she imagined the rain as just ocean spray, her tears as the salt of the sea, and instead of a bus in San Diego, she saw herself on a ship sailing to Samoa. That daydream felt authentic to her. Just 10 days later, she received a letter from a firm in Chicago informing her of an inheritance from her aunt, making her dream a reality. Within a month, she set sail for Samoa, turning the scene she had imagined into reality. This account is not merely a story, it's a demonstration of a method. I intend to guide you on how to fully immerse yourself in the feeling of your wish fulfilled and to maintain that state as you drift off to sleep. Based on my own experiences, I assure you this will bring about the manifestation of your desire. If you could genuinely embody the reality of your wish, infusing it with all the sensory details and conviction as you fall asleep, it will materialize, often through unexpected means. You will find yourself on a journey of events that culminates in the realization of that state. Here's a practical technique: you must first clearly define your desire. Once your desire is unmistakably clear, create in your mind a vivid representation of what you would see, feel, and do if you were physically living in that reality. For example, if you desire a home but lack the financial resources, visualize in detail the home of your dreams. Then, as you lie down to sleep, in that twilight state before slumber, believe that you are truly in that home, that if you were to stand, your feet would touch its floors. Touch the furniture, walk through the rooms, and as you visualize, fall asleep with the assurance that, through means beyond your current understanding, that home will come into existence. This phenomenon I have observed time and again. If you desire a promotion, focus on the responsibilities it would entail, and in your imagination, act as if you already hold that position. If love is what you seek, envision actions that would affirm its presence in your life. If you are a woman, perhaps, imagine the feeling of a wedding ring on your finger and fall asleep feeling its presence. This mirrors the sentiment in the Song of Songs: "On my bed by night I sought him whom my soul loves, I sought him, but found him not. I will rise now and go about the city." In contemporary, practical terms, this means to immerse yourself in the sensation of your wish as if it has already occurred, and not to release that sensation, but to maintain it until you fall asleep embraced by it. It's remarkable how many are unaware of this magnificent faculty of the imagination. Once you begin to utilize it, you transition from being a mere spectator of life to its creator. The secret lies in anchoring your imagination in the feeling of your desire fulfilled and remaining there. Our ability to dwell within the feeling of the wish fulfilled is the foundation of a fulfilling life. Many hesitate to see themselves as influential, confident contributors to the world, as logic and our senses often challenge our bold assumptions. It appears we are inclined to cling to the familiar, to shy away from venturing beyond our comfort zones. I encourage you to experiment with this technique. In doing so, you will uncover the profound wisdom of ancient sages, who shared their knowledge in symbolic, albeit misunderstood, narratives, meant as instructions to achieve our ambitions. Imagination draws us closer to a domain of states that exist merely as potentials, as long as we perceive them as such, but crystallize into reality when we inhabit and dwell within them. There is a significant difference between thinking of a state and thinking from within it. I recall in 1933 in New York, an old friend introduced me to the incredible power of imagination. He referred me to John 14, illustrating that human imagination is the divine itself, and the mansions are our desires. If we vividly envision our desired state and reside within it, it will manifest. At that time, I was determined to travel to Barbados, but my resources were limited. My friend suggested that as I lay down to sleep, I should imagine myself in my father's house in Barbados. Night after night, I slept in that state, and within a month, an invitation arrived to spend the winter there. Since then, I've recognized there's a savior within me. The power of imagination has never let me down. When manifestation occurs, it seems so natural you might believe it would have happened anyway. It's so remarkable that one could easily revert to skepticism. Yet, if you infuse your desire with the necessary vividness and reality, I can vouch, with numerous examples, for its effectiveness. The principle is simple: identify what you want and transition from merely thinking of it to living from within it. If you are here and wish to be elsewhere, let your imagination place you there. Your imagination shapes your reality, and wherever you venture within it, your body will follow. If you sleep in that state, it will manifest. I have yet to see this fail. This is the straightforward method to use your imagination to achieve what you aspire to. A beneficial daily practice for the imagination is to replay the day as you would have wished it to unfold, altering events to fit your ideal. If you receive discouraging news, mentally revise the message to what you wish to hear. If an expected letter did not arrive, visualize its receipt. Permit me to share a story from New York. A lady who had been to my lectures on the concept of revision had found herself estranged from her daughter-in-law's household, cut off from her grandson for 2 years, despite her attempts to connect through gifts. After learning about the practice of revision, she envisioned herself receiving loving letters from her daughter-in-law and grandson for 7 consecutive nights. Soon after, they reconciled. This story underscores the power of reshaping our reality in the moments before sleep, aligning it with our desired outcomes, demonstrating how a life of acceptance can be transformed into one crafted by the strength of imagination. On the 8th day, the grandmother was surprised by a letter from her daughter-in-law. Inside were 2 letters, one from her grandson and another from the daughter-in-law herself, almost perfectly reflecting the letters she had imagined and written to herself 8 days earlier. This technique of self-revision can be utilized across any area of your life, including health. Imagine, for a moment, being in a state of sickness. On your mind's canvas, visualize a friend's face. Project onto them an expression that signifies they see you in the light you wish to be seen by everyone. Imagine this individual expressing surprise, commenting on how they've never seen you radiating such health. Adding such specifics as their surprised expression and your vibrant health not only enhances the positive visualization but also strengthens the belief that the mental image aligns with the desired outcome. This act of imagination is not simply wishful thinking but a powerful act capable of altering your perception and, possibly, your physical condition. The essence lies in the consistency and faith in this self-revision practice, firmly believing that wellness is not just a possibility but a reality you choose to live in and experience now. And you reply with absolute confidence that you have never felt more alive. Now, let's say you've injured your foot. In this scenario, do the following: in the workshop of your mind, create a scene where you are walking and doing all the activities you would if your foot were healed. Mentally rehearse this scenario until it feels as real as actual experience. By vividly imagining engaging in activities you wish to do physically, they will inevitably come to pass in your tangible world. The key is such immersive focus that you are completely absorbed in the imagined activity. Through this visualization practice, your senses will become more acute, and over time, you'll cultivate a vivid inner vision. The abundant life promised to us is within our grasp right now, but it is only by acknowledging our imagination as the creator that we can fully claim it. Persistent imagination, immersed in the feeling of a wish fulfilled, is the key to all forms of success. This method is your pathway to manifesting your intentions. Every milestone in human achievement has been reached through the intentional and active employment of imagination. Then, you will understand why all poets, like the illustrious William Blake, have emphasized the significance of mastering the imagination. Consider his advice: in the fabric of your existence, you hold both your heaven and earth, and everything you perceive, though it appears external, is contained within your imagination, which this world of mortality merely shadows. Test these principles for yourself, and see that your imagination is truly the craftsman of your reality.